Hey there, I'm Jen. I'm a licensed athletic trainer and registered yoga teacher, and this is yoga for our lower extremity athletes with a soccer focus. So, doing some work with the hips, and don't need any equipment today, just somewhere with some space around you. And we're going to start standing. So, getting our feet together, little space is okay. We're going to root down through our feet and stand up nice and tall. Take a big breath in and elevate. Exhale, shoulders, soften them down away from the ears. Great, lift all 10 toes. Take a peek down, really engaging through the feet, rocking your weight to the outer edges of the ankle. And then keeping the toes lifted, rocking the weight to the inner arches. Good, find yourself back to the outer arches, keeping the toes lifted, and then back to those inner arches. Now we're going to find that happy medium. So nice and stable. Drop those 10 toes. And again, we're going to reset the spine. Elevate the shoulders as you breathe in. Exhale down and away. Awesome. Breathe in. Reach the arms all the way up towards the sky. Get really big here. Imagine as if you're holding a beach ball over the top of the head. So we're creating kind of that mini contraction as if we're squeezing that beach ball. Nice and tall up through the crown of the head, long spine. Breathe it in. Breathe out. One more breath in. Exhale, gentle twist towards the right. Breathe into the center. Gentle twist towards the left. Breathe it in towards the center. This time, I'm going to take my right hand and grab the left wrist. Reach up through the hands, pop up on the ball of the left foot. We're drag those toes behind, side bending towards our right side. Nice long body stretch here. Take a big breath into the side body. Exhale it out. Inhale, come back to the center. Reset the hands, so I'm grabbing the opposite wrist nice and tall. Breathe it in here. Breathe it out. Pop up on the ball of the foot, stepping behind. Side bend left. Breathe in here. And breathe out. As you inhale, come back to standing. We're going to release the hands by the side, making sure that we have space because we're going to be taking a big lateral step. So I'm kind of justifying to the front of my mat. I'm going to inhale, take the hands to the heart center, and I'm going to draw left knee up towards the chest. So I'm in elevator pose, strong, stable right leg. Breathe in big here. And we're going to step out nice and long towards our left. So we're staying high in our lateral lunge. Even if I know you can get lower, I'm sure you can. We're going to stay high to start. Sitting the glutes back, keeping the chest up, extend the arms out. Breathe in. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Breathe in, stay low, switching over towards our right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in, switch left. So we're working to externally rotate the knees, so pulling the knees away. Okay, so we're feeling a nice stretch here in the groin, and we're engaging the outer sides of the hips and the glutes. So palms are up, breathe in here. We're gonna hold here for 5 seconds. So no cheating, okay? Sit the hips down, breathe in. Breathe out, engaging the core here. Inhale. Breathe in 3. Breathe in 2. Breathe in 1. hands to the heart center. We're going to pop up onto the toes. Okay, a little bit of a balance challenge here. Hang out here for 3. Hang out here for 2. Hang out here for 1. Again, 5-pointed star, reach it up. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice job. Step to the front of your mat. Slow a little bit here. So just peek up here if you're new to yoga, keeping it pretty simple. So I'll cue you through it. Breathe in, get tall. Exhale, soften the knees, we'll forward fold. As you breathe in, press into your shins and create this number 7. A nice flat back. The crown of the head is reaching long. Breathe in here. And breathe out. Breathe in. One more moment here. Breathe out. Place the hands down. Step one foot back and then the second into a push-up plank. So in push-up plank, we're really careful about our shoulders and our wrists. So we don't want to sag the chest down and let the belly drop. We want to pull the belly button up, and we want to have a slight round through our upper back as if we're pressing our hands downwards into the mat. So we've got 3 more breaths here. The gaze is down, softness in the face, a little bit of ease here even though you're working hard. One more inhale here. Exhale, we're going to lift the hips. Don't change anything with the hands and the feet, and we're going to find downward facing dog. So take a peek down at your toes, at your feet. Make sure we have some space. So once we're in downward facing dog, let's go ahead and bend the knees and gaze to the front of the mat. Almost like we're an animal that's about to pounce. So breathe in here. Breathe out, lift the hips up. Breathe in. Breathe out. One more, breathing in. And breathe out. Pedal the feet by bending the right knee. And then the left. And then the right, we can make it a little bit bigger. And maybe involve the neck. Coming to stillness, we'll bend both knees. Glance forward. We're going to step to the front of the mat and find that forward fold. So keep the knees soft, let the arms drop. Maybe give the little head a shake. And keeping the knees bent, we're going to roll on up to stand. Reach the arms up and over the head. And then we'll find heart center. Breathe in, lift all the way up. Exhale, forward fold, stepping back with our right foot. So we look like we're in a runner's lunge, but before we get too comfortable, go ahead and place that right knee down, untucking the toes. We'll keep the fingertips on either side of our front foot. We're going to draw our chest forward. Okay. We're engaging our core muscles. We don't want to just drop into this pose because they're not going to feel as much in that right hip flexor. Okay. So we're squeezing through our abdominal muscles. We're reaching our chest forward. Take a big breath here. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Pressing the tops of that back foot, pressing downwards into the mat. One more breath in. And breath out. Taking the right hand, placing it flat onto the mat. We'll take our left and press into this front knee. And then gently away into some external rotation. We might have to even roll onto the outer edge of that left foot. That's okay. So we're getting a little baby twist here. Take one more moment, open the chest, and then exhale, rolling back down towards our mat. We're going to sit the hips back, the toes. We're coming into our kneeling lunge here. Both hands are either side of the front foot, pulling the chest open and through. That back foot, those 5 toes are going to press downwards into the mat. You're going to feel this hip flexor and quad turn on. So we're going to hang out here for 3. For 2. And for 1. Nice job. That left hand is going to come on flat. We'll take our right hand onto the right knee. Opening up through the chest, gentle press into the left knee, right knee, into that external rotation. We're getting a little bit of our spinal twist. So open the chest, breathe in, externally rotate in, turn the spine as we exhale. After 3 breaths, we'll come back to our kneeling lunge. We'll sit the hips back, half splits, reset that, breathe in and breathe out. All right, so we're going to take another breath here. Come on forward. Step this back foot up to meet our right foot. So tuck toes, lift the knee. Strong leg brings us forward. We're in that forward fold. Inhaling to flat back. Exhale, forward folding. Inhale, let's come all the way up to stand. And then exhale, hands to the heart center. So we've got a little bit of work coming. So let's get moving. Breathe in, arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come into our flat back. Exhale, stepping back into push-up plank. All right, so here we're going to go. So hold nice and strong here. Slight rounding to the upper back. Breathe in. Breathe out. We've got some yoga mountain climbers. So with control, draw the right knee in. Switch left. Breathe in, switch right. Breathe in, left. Switch. Switch. We've got the last switch. Hold. We're going to press back into downward facing dog, bringing our right leg with us. So we've got our 3-legged dog here. Reaching that right heel up towards the sky, and let's turn the toes down. So fingers are spread nice and wide, good base of support here. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, draw the knee to the nose. Step the right foot forward. We're in our runner's lunge. We are going to stay high here with the back leg lifted, but if we get into crescent and you change your mind, you could drop the back knee. That's totally fine. All right, so strong legs here. Opening up the chest just like we did in our kneeling lunge. So we've got our front knee stacked over the ankle. We're set up to bring the upper body upwards here into our crescent lunge. Hands will find the hips. This back knee, we're going to give a slight bend. So we could check in with the pelvis and tuck the pelvis under, feeling that back quad turn on. Okay? So we should be feeling a good strong pull here. Big inhale. Exhale, lower the knee. One more breath in. Exhale, straightening through that back left leg. Full expression of our crescent lunge. And let's bring the hands all the way up on either side of the ears. Fingers are facing in. Breathe in. High five ourselves. And then we're going to open up into Warrior 2. So Warrior 2 slightly different. My lead foot is facing forward. My back foot is completely parallel to the back edge of my mat. My heel is straight in line with that arch. So in Warrior 2, we're just mindful that we're controlling the pelvis. We're not sticking the booty out here. We're actually rolling under to get a posterior pelvic tilt. Arms will float. Take a breath here. Exhale, sink to the front knee. Check in with what's going on with the knee. So we want this knee working towards the pinky toe. So we're almost actively externally rotating the knee. Strong groin stretch here. So we're pulling that right knee open. We're holding the pose. It's a powerful pose. So breathe here. Breathe out. That's our last one. Straightening through the front knee. We're going to stick the hips back. Call them sassy hips, okay? So we're sinking these hips backwards. The arms are still in the T. And then we're going to reach forward, forward, forward until I can't go anymore. And then my front right arm will just drop wherever it lies. And then we'll reach left arm up towards the sky. We're in triangle pose. So strong legs here in triangle. We're engaging the belly. Keeping a neutral neck. You can gaze up, gaze down. Wherever we are, we're going to breathe. We're going to breathe in again here. And out through the mouth. Breathe in. Start to bend through the front knee. We'll take both hands to frame the front foot. Pivoting on the toes. We're in that crescent lunge. Place the left hand down. We'll breathe. Right arm up towards the sky. Big spinal twist. Another breath. Exhale, lower. Step the right foot back. We're in push-up plank. Breathe in. Begin to tilt forward. We'll lower all the way onto the belly. Keeping the hands right underneath the shoulders. Pressing into all 10 toes. Lift the chest. Cobra. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, lower. Tucking the toes. Back to downward facing dog. Getting a little ahead of myself. So we're in our downward facing dog. We'll take a breath in. Exhale, back to push-up plank. We've got another round of those mountain climbers. So inhale, left knee comes in and switch. Left. Switch. Left. Switch. Last one. Left is in. And then we're going to reach the left heel up towards the sky. And then point the toes downward. Strong three-legged dog here. Breathe it in. Exhale. Inhale. One more time here. Exhale. Draw the knee in towards the nose. Stepping the foot between the hands. We're in our runner's lunge. So set up here in runner's lunge. You know where we're going from here. So strong legs. My right heel is reaching back. My core is engaged. I'm going to breathe in here. Breathe out. Opening the chest. And then we'll come up to stand. Refine it. So hands to the hips. Bending through the back knee. Checking in with the situation going on here in my pelvis. Engaging the core. Tucking the tailbone under. Knee will bend. Hold here for 2. Hold here for the last one. Awesome job. Extend through that knee. Reaching the hands. Little high five yourself. Hold strong here in crescent. Lift the chest. Breathe. Exhale. We're in warrior 2. So just checking in with the feet now that you know the setup. Fingers are reaching away from the midline of the body. Coming into sensation with the knees here and the hips. Drawing that left knee towards the pinky edge of the foot. Another breath here. Exhale. Inhale. We'll straighten through the front leg. Shift the hips back and begin to reach our left hand as forward as we can. And then allowing that hand to drop. We're not looking for reaching the floor unless that is part of your practice. Triangle pose, 3 breaths. Last one, inhale. Exhale, begin to soften through that front knee. We'll pivot on the back foot, placing the right hand to the inner arch of our left foot, and then we'll reach up into our twist. Breathe in big here. Exhale. Stepping back, we'll come up into downward facing dog. As we breathe, we'll exhale, knees will come down onto the mat, untucking the toes, and we'll find our hands into fists. So here we are in table. So we've got great alignment with our upper body, great alignment with our hips and our knees. We're going to breathe in, lengthen through the crown of the head. reach my left heel back. So my left heel is back, it's lifted, not looking for height, but I am looking for length. Imagining as if someone is grabbing your ankle and pulling you away. However, you do have control, so you are in good position here. So that left leg is reaching back. We're going to breathe in, breathe out, breathe in. Keep the upper body sturdy and stable, and open up the pelvis towards the side. Come back to the center, toes will spin down. Inhale, open up the hips. Toes spinning down. Inhale, open up the hips. Exhale, let's place the knee down next to our right. This time we're going to tuck the toes and come up into tall kneeling. So in tall kneeling, our back toes are tucked. We're going to take our hands into fists and find right below the top of our pants. Pinching the elbows together, open up the chest. Take a breath here. Exhale. Inhale and lift up. Exhale, baby back bend. So we're not gymnasts, we're just doing some yoga here. So we're in camel, baby back bend. Exhale, come back to a neutral spine. We'll set up for the table position on the opposite side. So I'm just going to change my position so you can see me. So tucking the toes, using fists for wrists, engaging the core. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, reach the right heel back, lifting to get some engagement in the hamstrings and the glutes, but again, not for height, going for length. Toes are down. Take a breath here. Exhale out through the mouth. Inhale, opening up the pelvis, opening up the hips, and then turning toes back down towards the earth. Engage core. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale in. And exhale out. Placing the right knee next to the toes. Keeping those toes tucked, we're going to do one more round of camel. So here's the view of what a camel looks like from the front. Taking our hands into fists, placing them right below where our belt line would be, and pinching these little wings, pinch them in, shoulders are relaxed. Open up to the chest first, lift up and get tall. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out, baby back bend here. Pause for a moment. Enjoy the stretch of the front body. Exhale. Let's come back to a neutral spine and let's sit the hips back onto the heels. Just pausing for a moment. Really big stretch through the soles of the feet, through the plantar fascia. We can certainly get lots of tightness from wearing cleats. So we'll pause here for a moment. It will be intense for many of us, so just hang tight, breathe through it. One more breath in. And exhale, breathe out. Finding yourself all the way onto our belly, lying flat. So here we are lying on our belly. I'm going to take my right arm, my forearm, and place my palm facing downwards. My forearm is kind of lining up here with the front edge of our mat. I'm going to keep my chest lifted. I'm going to bend through my left heel. Okay? So I'm going to bend through my left heel. I'm going to take my left arm, reach it back. Okay? So I can go for the inner arch of my ankle. It's just going to be a bit more opening for the shoulder. If that's not accessible, we can grab the outer edge. If that's not accessible, grab a towel, grab a belt, a dog leash, anything that you have around the house, hook it around the ankle, and you can pull and get the same stretch, all right? So I'm gonna show the medium here on the outside of my ankle. So I'm gonna give a gentle pull, heel towards my glutes, lift up through my chest. So we got our setup here. And now we're gonna take the foot, I'm gonna kick it into my hand, creating my own resistance, right? So this is half bow pose. So we're gonna push and create that resistance in the quad, and we're gonna do that for 3, for 2, and for 1. Relax. Pull the heel in towards the glutes. And let's switch sides. So release the ankle, switch the cross of the elbows, So I've got my left arm propping me up this time. I'm going to draw my right heel in towards the body. And once I'm set up, I'll take my right hand, options to grab inside, outside ankle, or grab a prop. So once we're here, we're just holding a regular, general static stretch of our quads. Complete one more breath cycle, and then we're going to press ankle into the hand, creating that resistance, turning the quad muscle on. So here we go. Go ahead and press, kick, the chest might lift a little bit, and we're going to keep pressing and hold for 3, for 2, and for 1. Good, nice job. Release that ankle. We're going to tuck the toes, press up into table, and we're going to sit our hips back into child's pose. So reach the hands forward, sitting the hips towards the heels, let the head relax. Little variation to get into the lower back. We can take our extended hands, walk them over towards our left. So the hips are going to stay right in the center, but our hands are going to reach towards the left, so we'll get a side body stretch. So pause here for 3 to 5 breaths. And then walk it over towards the right. Nice job. Let's come back to the center. We'll come into a comfortable seat. So maybe it's sitting back on the heels, maybe it's sitting crisscross applesauce. I think another important thing to really work on as an athlete or someone who's really physically active is the way that we breathe. And in times of stress, or if we've got a lot going on in our head, we favor chest breathing. And while it gets the oxygen into the body, it's not as effective as getting a full deep breath and drawing that air, that oxygen, all the way down into the deepest part of the lungs. So I'd encourage you to give a couple of these a shot. Sometimes people will call it diaphragmatic breathing, but your diaphragm's always moving when you breathe. So we'll call it rib breathing. So taking the hands, not on the waist, but up higher where you can actually feel your rib bones. And once you find the ribs, just feel the way that you breathe. They should press out into your hands when you breathe in, and they should soften away from your hands as you breathe out. So check in, see how that feels. And then we're going to take 3 or so breaths, really concentrating to expand through our ribs. All right, so let's try this together. Imagine as if you were watching a balloon inflate. All right, as that balloon inflates, it expands all around, okay? So it's not just front to back or side to side. And that's what your lungs do. They inflate all the way around. So let's maximize that. So inhale through your nose, drawing it down to feel your ribs expand. Here we go. Breathe in. And breathe out. Breathe in. Good. Let's try one more. And breathe out. Nice job. So hopefully it didn't appear that my shoulders or my chest were moving, but you could see my hands. And it's something that we practice. It's not one of those things that you just do 1 or 2 times and you're like, I'm a breathing master. It's a daily thing. 3 to 5 breaths really have a great benefit, particularly if you're having a hard time falling asleep, kind of quieting the mind. Give it a try. But otherwise, keep up the good work. Hope you enjoyed the video, and tons of other stuff to check out on my channel. So if you have questions or comments, drop them down below. Otherwise, have a wonderful day.